Welcome back to Monday Night Lights. I apologize for a bit of a longer break than we had earlier in the night, but it will be well worth it, I assure you, because Brewton-Parker and Illinois State have just agreed to make this series an official CCA Summer Series best of 5, so we're shrinking the series size just a little bit, but we're heightening the stakes. So I brought in my man Zen Zero to help me cast this one. Zen, dude, it's been a minute since you've been on MNL, but how you doing?
I'm doing great. Super excited. Not only has it been a minute since I've been on MNL, but it's been a minute since I've really done any casting at all. So, I'm super excited to obviously come and do it with the GOAT, MrBepic. And then you already know I got nothing but love for my boys over at Great Lakes, and we actually have an event with them coming up as well. So yeah, this was a great way to get back into casting.
Oh yeah, I mean we got to warm you up for the Summer Showdown that Great Lakes are putting on this weekend, so it's only right. And I've tossed you straight into the fire with an official CCA Summer Series match, because these are two teams that could use a win. Illinois State is 1-2 right now in the massive 15-team round robin, and Brewton-Parker's 1-4. Their one series win was a Game 5 win over Kennesaw State, so a solid in-state win for BPC, showing that they can take big names down in the Summer Series, but they've struggled outside of that. Game 5 lost to Ball State, Game 5 lost to Davenport, and then Shawnee State and Akron Gold are their two other losses. So the Barons, I'm hoping they can use some of their Monday Night Lights buff to success here tonight and get back on track in the Summer Series.
Yeah, it's crazy, all across CRL, across RLCS. I mean, the whole pro, not even that, just GC1 lobbies don't even feel like GC1 lobbies anymore. I mean, the competition is getting absolutely crazy, and that just goes to show, 1-4, 1-2, these are two very, very good teams. And yeah, it's all about consistency. We already know when any team peaking right now, I'm not sure who it is. I wish I could give them, their quote, but they said a high elo, a 2200 squad can peak and beat anybody right now in Rocket League, and it's so crazy because that's how true it is. It's just who can continue to do that when their back's against the wall or when the stakes are high, as you said. Who can do that consistently, and that's the name of the game.
All right, teams are in the lobby, so we should be getting set here in a second. CG Sith and Illinois State, the ISU roster, trying to bounce back as we actually watched them. I believe their last series played was against Ole Miss on the MrBepic stream. So they're looking to rebound here as we get started with our best of 5 official CCA Summer Series match. Away we go, Zen.
And already Sith looking to set himself up on the backboard. Wanted a little bit of a double tap there. Annex, excuse me, will keep it out, but just shows the aggression starting early here, Bepic.
Absolutely, and I can't blame Brewton-Parker for starting off on that aggressive foot. Against ISU, I think they are the underdogs. Illinois State, even though they are coming off of a loss to Ole Miss, that Ole Miss team was looking very, very good. And I do rate them on paper as the better team. But Brewton-Parker nearly finding first blood right there, have come out swinging.
And Sino still all over it, uses his flip nicely. CG gonna pick his pocket, no boost here. Tries to find the pinch, but I love that right there. You know I'm a big fan of physicality, and speak of physicality, a big demo following that bump. Oh no, no mansions. Got caught rotating back there, and man, it's been a lot of back and forth here to start.
Yeah, a little awkward right there as well. Both teams taking a second to get into this thing. And a best of 5 for those just tuning in. Summer Series format is BO5, so shortening the series length just a bit. You want to have that hot start that Illinois State nearly found. First blood denied at the gate by Antics there. What a block by Brewton-Parker.
And I was almost certain that was going to turn into a goal, but they're still circling now. Nice clear off the backboard, Sith, good positioning, and that's something you can tell right now. Illinois State just, all over them with the positioning as CJ takes over again. They're just taking turns, rotating in as no match. You can't find the goal, Sith. I thought it was in. What a save.
Oh, my word. Sino, an incredible block, and Manny on the goal line, getting in on the action. Brewton-Parker pulling a rabbit out of a hat with that save on the goal line to keep us 0-0.
And pulling a rabbit out of the hat,
no.
exactly, but CG gonna find the open that just catches them. I guess preemptively rotating out a bit here. Maybe Manny had a bit of a misread, and Sino tries to get back, but on 0 boost. Good luck saving that one.
Yeah, that was a pretty sizable blunder for Manny, as Antics had just lost the 50-50 at the midfield line, and that misread just gave too much access to the orange net to Illinois State. Now again, off kickoff, they find themselves in a favorable position. They will keep offense on the board here. Sith low on boost, dropping that ball down, but that is exactly what Brewton-Parker needed. Just a slam the other way, and nearly a freebie given up to Antics.
Yeah, and you said it. That's exactly what they needed, but the counterattack the other way, CG can't quite read it. That would have been dangerous. But yeah, they seem to be really pinned down here, Bepic, and they got a few choices. Obviously, if they can take possession, find some outlet passes, and turn it to a counterattack, that's key. But if not, find those big clears that buy you time to reposition as no match. You're looking to set up CG. CG's there over 2 defenders.
Illinois State continuing on the rampage that they're on. I think that one chance that we saw Brewton-Parker get in transition where Antics had a maybe free shot on net is their only opportunity in the last several minutes, as Illinois State have had all of the control of this game, and BPC are making great stops on the goal line, but Illinois State, they are too good right now, too clinical with their touches to let these possessions go without a goal tied on at the end of them. And now a chance for BPC will actually result in their first goal of the series, so maybe Brewton-Parker has something to be said about a comeback here.
And exactly what we said, Xanax finds Sino upfield, and that's part of it. We see Illinois State doing a great job of kind of smothering them, setting up camp on their end of the pitch, but that does leave you vulnerable to the counterattack, and as great of a job they've done, that one very, very well done by Brewton-Parker.
See if they can get one back here, Illinois State, trying by way of a Sith flip reset, but doesn't find goal. Brewton-Parker still playing a solid defensive line here, and Antics will try and get them out, but CG and Sith, other ideas off the back wall for no mansion. Met at the point of contact by a Baron. That will lead to a clear for Antics, but CG right there, finding a teammate as well. These quick stops from ISU are stunting Brewton-Parker's counterattack game. And it's resulted in possession for Brewton-Parker, but ISU is still very much set up.
Yeah, they really are, and I mean, I have to credit, I assume there's some great comms, but obviously some chemistry. As Sino, nice redirect, no match going to cut that off, but it's counterattack turned into another counterattack is what we're seeing. I mean, I love that there's really levels to this, and they're playing chess out here, Bepic. You can just see it as they're both using that teamwork, and right now I think it's Illinois State that's just a step ahead, but not too far.
Oh, Sino's faked one, though. CG's all alone with no boost. Sino dumps the ball off to Manny, but that shot goes near side and was still off target, leading to a save and clear found by Sith and No Mansion. CG off the back line finds the crossbar, and his shot will stay out. With 40 seconds left, ISU have control in the offensive zone, and they've nearly got a third goal that will not fall through. What a pair of stops by Brewton-Parker.
It was. Manny found the first save, but they triple committed on the save. I thought for sure it was going to be a goal. Somehow Xanax dives in, picks up his 5th save, and they're holding on for dear life. Problem is they don't only need to save these away, they need to find a goal on the other end of the next 10 seconds here.
They've got no boost, though. It's going to be so difficult for Brewton-Parker to get out. And Manny had no boost, and Illinois State had all the agency and offense. They should secure game 1 off the back of that play right there. But, man, it was close. Illinois State had to work for their goals in offense, because that Brewton-Parker back line is tough to get through, though. Illinois State, to their credit, finding 3 goals here, did exactly what they had to do to start off on the right foot.
Yeah, they really did, and especially, with this being moved down to only a best of 5 this game 1, even more important. And I have to say, if you're a coach, if you or you play on an aggressive team, take this game 1 as CG. You're gonna find a 0-second goal to add insult to injury, but go to ball chasing, find Bepic, go to ball chasing, and watch this replay and just watch what Illinois State did. Their positioning was impeccable to just keep them, smothered the most of the game, actually.
Yeah, they took advantage of every touch off the Brewton-Parker back line that was just too strong. And they kept possession going over and over. And the boost control from Illinois State was phenomenal as well. It felt like full boost tanks every time a player would step in from the midfield line. And that led to the 16 shots at the Redbirds put on target that game. And Brewton-Parker held to just 5. They have, if they're going to play that defensive again throughout this series, they're going to have to find some more potent counterattacks because they were held in check in game 1. They made some great saves. They kept that game closer than it probably should have been with some heroics on the goal line. But the score line tells you what happened there. Illinois State was in full control.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I say it all the time, but it's so true. That's just such a fatiguing way to play. To make 10 saves a game, I mean, you can't expect to win a series like that, let alone a single game. And, I mean, both CG and Sith single-handedly outshot all of Brewton-Parker that game.
Oh, wow. I didn't even notice that stat fact right there. That is crazy. And I mean, Brewton-Parker, they were living in transition that game. So it makes sense they didn't get a ton of shot opportunities. But we'll see what happens in game 2. This is an important game for both sides here. It's why I love game 2s in a best of 5. Because Illinois State, I'm interested to see if they are able to keep that same level of possession dominance going here into game 2. And they nearly took advantage of an awkward play out of BPC right there, but nothing doing. BPC recover, and they find a chance to get out. Instead, though, CG sets up Sith for an opportunity denied by Antics.
And what a read by his Antics right there. I mean, unreal save. And, you know, again, they do it time and time again. Manny, open net. No. Oh, can't read it. Antics will get there to slam it home. And I got to say, Bepic, I'm surprised we haven't seen more physicality. You know, I know Milk especially loves to get physical, but the Manny I know, I just can't believe how many clean bumps he gets, how physical he is. And that's not something we've seen at all.
No, and maybe that's something that Brewton-Parker used to get back into this thing. As right there, Manny was the one who got a bump on the last man that could have saved that shot from Antics. And then right there, CG, that's what happens when he goes unbumped in net. Finds a big block to keep Brewton-Parker to just a 1-0 lead. But ISU still under the gun now. That is a nice pitch by Sith to get the ball away. We'll see if they can follow things up. But CG, man, required again on the goal line to get the ball away.
It did. I mean, the car control and the ball control simultaneous there was just kind of unreal. He had to jump over the defender, find the clear, and, you know, pretty much save a shot. No match the other way. CG the bump. They said, you can do it. We can do it as well. I love it. Let's have a shoot. Let's have a dogfight here.
Oh, that beat from No Mansion is kind of what sealed it. Antics was all alone against 2 great players on the Redbird side, and that is a difficult defensive situation to be in. And he couldn't get the job done, so Illinois State find themselves tied up and off kickoff. A passing play finds CG with an opportunity that is shut down immediately by Manny, who clears the zone and couldn't get through Sith. That is wonderful corner play out of Sith.
Oh, and Antics looking to go airborne there with the ground air. Another demo. This time Manny gonna have the open net. That looked like his teammate trying to steal it a bit at the final moment there, but what a demo from Antics, and Manny not squandering that one. Good shot.
Yeah, that's perfect. You talked about the physical play of Brewton-Parker that we hadn't seen a ton of so far in this series. And right out of the gate, both their goals come off the back of bumps. And so maybe it's that adjustment that'll help them get level in this series. But Illinois State, they've got a dynamic offense. They've been playing less in the offensive zone this game, but they are still terrifying counterattack mode, and this is why CG forcing everything to be expended by Manny to get that ball away. But Brewton-Parker again pull around out of a hat with an incredible save.
And in the first 90 seconds of this game, Brewton-Parker have matched their shots from the entirety of last game. Now, they've been held to that for the last minute or so. But, yeah, I mean, it's a big stat. They definitely came out. They knew, hey, this is a best of 5 now. We dropped game 1. We have to grab this momentum back here and now, and they've done a fantastic job.
Antics out to Sino. Push the ball further into ISU territory. Sith taking over in the corner, will get the ball to No Mansion. He realizes the space that he's got, picks the ball up to carry it away, gets through the first, and that's all you need. He had some help on the ground to clear a path, and that will be a tied up game 2. It's 2 apiece.
And the composure here, I mean, it's what it takes to get at this level. You know, if you look at the scoreboard, it's littered with CRL Fall 2023 contenders. I mean, CG, the only one not rocking it. And that just goes to show, you know, Illinois State had a big game 1, came out, tough start here, but they remained composed. But a big counterattack here. CG will be back in time. Already a savior medal.
And I just want to give him a heads up to stream. I don't know if it was audible as that replay of goal number 4 was happening, but there is a storm passing through my area right now with some very loud thunder. I don't know if it showed up on stream, but that was... So if the stream goes down is what I'm trying to say. That's what happened. So hopefully that's not the case. I'm trying to speak it out of existence, but with 2 minutes left, this is a heater of a game 2 that I do not want to miss. With Brewton-Parker and Illinois State going back and forth, and Brewton-Parker finding another opportunity off the back of a demo, but Sith covers that one up.
They are still pinned down a bit here. A little bit of boost in the tank, none for CG. He's just going to be a nuisance. Find a couple 50s. Xantix, though, taking his time. Breaking Kinkles in the box. My favorite type of player right here. They regain that lead.
I mean, he just cut that ball back so quickly, gave no chance for No Mansion or Sith to react to it. And so the Barons take their lead back, and Illinois State, after a fairly dominant game 1, have a lot of work to do now in the final 90 seconds, but off kickoff, they get an opportunity to tie us back up. They can't get through Antics, though, and so they'll try again.
And typically when we see, you know, such a drastic change between game 1 and game 2, Xantix said, don't even talk about anything else but me right now. Big, sets himself up big, and again, Manny doesn't actually find the bump, but just the threat of the bump right there is enough to open that net up.
Antics has been taking over this game. His solo efforts, with a little bit of help of physicality on the goal line, have been perfect for Brewton-Parker. Now Sino gets his turn in the limelight. A backboard read goes awry, and Manny won't commit on it. Instead, backing off and playing the passive game, trying to protect this 2-goal lead that has been cut to 1. No Mansion and Sith getting ISU back within a single score here. That was pretty.
And I'm telling you, if I'm on the side of Illinois State right now, I am just, Brewton-Parker, I'm just screaming, do not give No Mansion any room when he goes airborne. We need bodies on him immediately, because he finds any space in the air, he is so crafty.
Not to mention you need bodies on him quickly, but you also have to evade the teammate that's usually in front of him, heading for your car to take you out of this realm. And that play has worked out several times for ISU, but Brewton-Parker still hold on to a 1-goal lead here in the final 40 seconds of game 2. Get us level in this best of 5. Sino takes the ball to the side, pinches it deep into ISU territory. Manny extends, but there's no one there to shoot. They're just playing the possession game. Brewton-Parker is, but Illinois State very close to flipping the field.
Yeah, and they need to just take a page out of their book, just pin them down as, you know, Illinois State did to them in game 1. Use that clock as your friend. Oh my! You said it, Bepic. Antics, just solo ability, putting the team on his back here in game number 2. What a pinch.
Oh my word, CG was in position for that too. But the shot had so much heat on it that he couldn't get the save. Top shelf ceiling pinch. Antics is unbelievable right now.
Yes, he did not like losing, as you said, kind of in dominant fashion. He's looking for the sidewall redirect here out of the corner. Can't quite read it, but that's going to run the clock down. And I have to say, I want to ask you as we go here, you know, in between games, I want to pick your brain. What did you see that, you know, Brewton-Parker did differently? Because I didn't see a lot. They certainly got more physical, but it seemed they just kept up with the pace a lot better there in game 2.
They did a much better job of finding clears off of the back of the good saves that they were making, and that led to more offensive space. And Illinois State still put up 3 goals on them, but Brewton-Parker's offense came alive. And most of that is due to Antics and his ability to finish plays. But Sino and Manny around Antics were phenomenal that game, harassing Illinois State defenders in net, finding demos, passing plays. That was just a more complete game from Brewton-Parker than game 1. They were swimming with their arms, with their defense carrying the load in game 1, and that's why Illinois State was able to drown them, take game 1. But there, it was more complete from Brewton-Parker, and for ISU, they got to find a way to stop Antics now, because he absolutely took over that second game. So here we go. We'll see if he can do it again.
That ceiling shot, absolutely unreal. No mention. Maybe looking for a crazy shot of zone. No good. Let's take over. Can't quite slot it there. And I do want to add, they cut Illinois State down to half the shots. 16 in game 1, only 8 there in game number 2. So they certainly found some answers for them.
Yeah, and that's what we were looking for going into game 2, is finding answers. And now Illinois State, it's their turn to do the same. And I wonder if those answers come by way of extra possession like we saw in game 1, if they just control the game that way, or if they look to play a bit more passive and make sure there is a body immediately when Antics get some space in the offensive zone. And as of right now, it's the possession game, though CG has had to back off and actually back pass to No Mansion. That is a keen play to get Illinois State back in the offensive zone, though they can't break the near post. Instead, they will stay at 0 goals so far in the first minute.
Oh, and Sith gonna find the big beat in the midfield, back of the net. Nobody home there. Manny tries to air dribble it out, and I'm not sure. I guess Sino thought, you know, Manny had a little bit more control than he did, was going to get a little bit better of a 50, and yeah, just gets caught rotating out of defense just, a 10th of a second too soon, and that's what happens at this level.
Yep, you will get caught out. Illinois State is too quick not to let those gaps go unanswered, and that is another thing that Brewton-Parker did a lot better in game 2, was in game 1 there were just misses, like straight up bad plays in defense that led to openings for ISU that they cleaned up in the second game. But right there, that was the first instance of a bad rotation, and Illinois State was all over it. So, got a 1-goal lead in hand to look to add on to it now with CG setting up No Mansion for a shot off the bar, and it stays out. BPC dodge a bullet.
They did. This time it was Annick started to rotate out just a bit early as Manny, oh no, getting harassed here. This might set up for CG. Manny somehow hanging in the way with no boost. Keeps it out, but they are not out of the woods yet. That big pinch will do it, though.
This definitely feels more like game 1 than it does game 2, with Illinois State controlling the pace of play, mostly on the orange side of the field. But the Bears have a chance here to change that narrative. They've been set up in the offensive zone for a moment. Antics across the Sino, pop back to Antics, and I don't think that extra touch was expected out of Antics, but it was required out of Sino, I believe, to try and get through ISU, who were still set up defensively. But double demo here. They sit all alone in defense. He is not quite up to meet that ball. Instead, they're just betting on Antics not being able to meet it either. So, no goal for Brewton-Parker. Illinois State clear the zone.
And I'm going to start really keeping some eyes on these big boosts, because it's a lot of times that I'm noticing Brewton-Parker, when they're trying to set something up, they're out of boost. Manny exhausts all of it for that pass there, Sid. Big savior medal. CG is up. No Match actually going to fake. This could be bad here. Sid's going to be back alone, and I like that. He just clears it away, gives up possession. Obviously a big no-no, but that should buy them time to get back. Just kidding. Sino forcing the own goal, I believe.
Oh, there's no way. There is no way that goes in. Great pass by Antics, and Sino polishing off a great setup. That chip around No Mansion was perfect. It's exactly what was needed, because if he takes the shot right there, No Mansion has the save. He easy does it. It's probably a clear and a quick counterattack as well, but Sino played that perfectly, and now Manny's in position to intercept that ball from ISU. And that will result in Brewton-Parker offense, though Illinois State in a decent position to deal with it, to go up for that, but CG has things covered up. He should have some space to work with now.
Yeah, again, Sino and Manny got caught up all the way in the opponent's box with no boost, and that kind of shut down that offensive push there, but Annick's still on it. Looking for the pass off the wall. No match. We'll get the beat. Has to find his way through the opponent's car to find the clear. He'll do just that. Sith open net again. This one's crossbar down and in. And again, Bepic, they're just leaving that net open.
I'll admit, I panicked seeing that ball go off the crossbar again after No Mention missed his bar down in X earlier, but that one falls in and it gives Illinois State a lead with 90 seconds left. But yeah, that's just another mistake from Brewton-Parker. Sino lets that go in the middle of the field, and ISU is all over it. 2-1, and CG will look for more. A challenge taken in the corner here. Goes the way of BPC, but No Mention off the back of a demo takes out Sino, centers it for CG, who finds the back of the net. 3-1 Redbirds.
And I mean, they are just using that teamwork. Every goal of this game on both sides, all 4 goals have been assisted, and we know, that's the big difference between 2s and 3s, right? You have to use your team. Teamwork is everything, and I tell you, both teams doing it well, but this game 3, Illinois State certainly doing it better, and so far in the series, I think they have that edge as well.
Oh, I love that passing play from Sino and Antics, and Manny got in as a third man looking for a finish or an extra pass, and it doesn't pan out. So in counterattack mode, Illinois State looking threatening as ever. Hard stop for the moment. Sith actually kind of gives that up, but Sino's solo play is taken away by No Mention. That's great heads-up transitional defense, but it doesn't matter. Brewton-Parker on the other end of the ball cut the lead to 1. They just took it away from ISU here.
And it was Manny. I love it. I call it the dime to demo. That's my I'm coining that phrase, even though it's just a bump attempt. But I love that play where Manny dimes up his teammate, goes for the bump, and again, he didn't actually make contact, but it was enough to cause the defense to get scared. But immediately they're looking to answer back, and Manny, no boost, clear, should buy a little bit of time.
No Mention. It's faked by Sino here. Manny's up ahead, and it forces 2 blue cars to jump. Still a dangerous spot for ISU if they don't get back to that ball, as CG did. No Mention has the ball poked over his head. Sith needs to come up big here. He gets the first touch, but not the second. Brewton-Parker with 14 seconds left have tied us up.
And I'm telling you again, the physicality, if we rewind just a bit, Manny forced a double commit as he tried to. I love it. He's the guy that you want to have your back.
Yep.
In a fight, because he's the one diving at 2 cars, ready to sacrifice himself right there. And that was the beginning of the end. Allowed them to tie it up. Ooh. But Illinois State want to finish this one here in regulation. 4 seconds left. Can they get one more opportunity?
Well, Manny can. Does he have a teammate center? He does with Sino. Sino puts it just shy of being on frame, but Antics moves it off the ceiling for Manny. Manny, 0-second attempt denied at the door by No Mention. What a clutch save that gets us to overtime.
And we got 7 shots on the side of Illinois State, 6 shots on the side of Brewton-Parker. So it's really worked out for Brewton-Parker to kind of not make this a shootout like they had in game 1. Oh, Manny. That takes the dime right on. CG did a great job of 50-ing that ball right when he took the shot.
Well, Manny will turn for this. Pick up the 100 boost on the way. No Mention has the ball stolen from him. Manny puts it center. He dunks CG. Is there any kind of finisher? No, and I can't blame. I think it was Sino that would have been in rotation for that, for not committing, because that would be so aggressive to commit for that kind of play. That probably has a 10% chance of getting a ball center, and so we'll play on in overtime, but not without close shaves for either side. ISU nearly finding one there, and in transition, double commit in defense. This is scary for the Redbirds as Sino moves in, but he will have that ball taken from him by Sith.
Yeah, great clear from Sith there. He had no boost. His teammates had just double committed. That was very, very dangerous, as you said, but they survived, find their way onto offense. CG looking to set something up off the back wall. Sith gonna take over, maybe look for a bump here. Manny, though, has just been big body with those 50s.
Yeah, that was a great recovery. Actually taking the ball across his block. That's a miss from Antics, though, and Manny has his back. All right, heart palpitation central for both teams right now. Brewton-Parker surviving scares. Illinois State surviving one there as well. Sith comes up big on the goal line, finds no Mansion out center, but he can't make contact on the ball, and so Brewton-Parker allowed a counterattack. Manny trying to get the sidewall read, can't get it, but the ball still does go center. It puts No Mansion in an awkward spot. Manny's bumped Sith off the back wall, but No Mansion keeps full control of the ball and does well for his defense.
Yeah, No Mansion's aerial control and just ball control in the air, absolutely unreal. It's just sometimes when you have that teammate that you know you can depend on to get you out of a very sticky situation, massive. But again, he just has to clear it away. No boost. CG gonna take over. That was a dot on target, but a big save from Sino.
They're just making sure Brewton-Parker's still awake at this point.
Yeah,
and they are. The Barons are alive on their goal line. They'll have to stay so right now as they're put in a tough spot. Just a nice testing ball from Illinois State, seeing if the nerves of an overtime Game 3 get to Brewton-Parker. But that Game 5 set where they took Ball State to Game 5 had 3 overtimes, and Brewton-Parker nearly reverse sweeping. I was looking at those results earlier, so VPC know how to play under pressure, but they panic too much here, and they give Sith an open net to win it. 4-3 the final, and Sith's got a hattie.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because we talked about Annex playing so well last game. This time it's Sith. I didn't realize he picks up the hat trick on 4 attempts, so 75% shooting and 4 saves. So a hattie, a savior. I mean, almost pushing 1,000 points, over 800. That's a big game for him right there.
Absolutely. 4 saves. Massive. Because Brewton-Parker shot the ball 8 times and Sith stopped half of them. Illinois State, I mean, it started off dominant in terms of possession. I said that I felt like that the beginning of Game 3 was a lot like Game 1, but that shifted. Both offenses started going. We went back and forth the whole time. It turned into more of a Game 2 feel, but we have such an even best of 5 right now. You have to come up clutch in moments. And Illinois State is forcing more mistakes out of the Brewton-Parker defense than the Barons offense is forcing out of theirs. And that's the difference. I mean, right there, the play that won it for ISU was just an awkward near side bounce for Sino. And now Illinois State has a 2-1 series lead. So if Brewton-Parker can stay a bit more composed going into game number 4 in defense, then maybe they can force a Game 5 here.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be tough. Wouldn't be surprised at all if we see a Game 5. You already know I love to see Champions Field. I mean, I don't know a caster that doesn't, but they didn't give me time to say it, but I was going to say last game, Bepic, I had a feeling whoever took that overtime is going to take the series. That's just how important a Game 3 OT is when the series is tied up in a best of 5.
I would not be surprised, honestly, if it's any other team than Brewton-Parker. Illinois State, very good squad that is very good at closing things out, but Brewton-Parker have forced Game 5s against really good teams in summer series so far. KSU, Davenport, and Ball State, all potential playoff teams. And Illinois State, very good. I don't think they are immune to that same fate. I think Brewton-Parker can absolutely force a 5th game, but the Redbirds are also of a caliber where they can step up and just put Brewton-Parker to bed at the end of this best of 5. But at the moment, nothing so far in the first minute, although Sino has missed off the back wall, requiring Manny in defense. Could be an opening for ISU.
And you know, we've had a lot of goals through 3 games. Now, wouldn't be surprised to see this game only be maybe a 2-goal, 3-goal game, just a 1-goal difference to win it. And I really believe Brewton-Parker need to score first here. That's going to be massive for them.
It would help, and this is a good look at it. And he finds Antix down below, and somehow that ball squeaks through. And that'll be first blood for Brewton-Parker, exactly what you were looking for, Zen.
Yeah, a little caster blessing. We don't get enough of those. Usually I'm caster cursing, so which I guess every caster curse is a blessing for someone, right? But yeah, that was big for them, especially in the first 90 seconds. Kind of take that momentum, or at the very least stifle the momentum that Illinois State had.
90 seconds in, Illinois State down a single goal. Looking to respond now. CG is backwards in the corner, beating everybody. Sino came up big, though, on the initial save, but no one was back for the cleanup. Sith equalizes with 3:16 on the clock.
and CG just doing, I mean, playing that role so well. He was just an absolute nuisance. Gets the beat in the corner, forces the quick clear out, and I mean, when you can have somebody that can, you know, not necessarily beat 2 or 3 of the opponents, but force them to make a play, it makes it so easy for your teammate to be in the right position and clean it up. It's exactly what we saw there.
That was so nice from CG. Put in an awkward spot defensively and still found a way to get out. But Brewton-Parker trying to salvage possession. Be successful. CG again thwarting their attempts, giving No Mansion a chance on that ball, but Manny denied it. Jumping the gun on the angle No Mansion had on the near side and almost put a shot on target as well. That ball had so much oomph coming off the back wall, but it results in a goal still. Sino beats the ISU defense, and Brewton-Parker jumped back out in front.
And that's what we call picking pockets right there. A massive 50 from Manny, and Sino's there. I mean, they thought, if you rewind half a second right there, they thought they were transitioning into offense. Manny said, no, thank you. 50 right to my teammate. We get the lead right back.
Now Sino's off the ceiling, denied by No Mansion. And Manny will deny No Mansion in turn. Wait, no, No Mansion denied him. Regardless, it's clear for Illinois State. But Antics will respond, and we're fighting for possession right now at the midfield.
Uh-oh. Gotta get up. Can't just let this man freestyle on you as he finds the double reset dive to sit. I told you, Bepic, you have to get a hand up.
Oh, you're kidding me. How do you let No Mansion have that much room? He got a double reset there. And he sets up Sith for the finish. 2-2. That's the kind of Rocket League we're playing tonight.
And honestly, it might have been a little overkill from Sith. That ball might have just found its way in the net by the looks of it. But yeah, you know, we said it. Even if you have no boost, threaten the challenge. Something you can't let No Mansion know that he just has all the time in the air, because that's going to be the end result 9 times out of 10.
CG nearly had his own moment there to put ISU up a goal. This is weird. Antics forcing awkward defense out of ISU at the moment. CG left alone. He misses. That means Sith is the last man, and he does well to get in the way of Antics' shot. Sino puts the ball back, but there's no one there to finish. CG clears the zone, and Manny off the back wall does well to get the ball at least to the midfield line where Antics can extend. What can Brewton-Parker build off of this, though? Antics beats one. No Mansion watches that play as CG redirects the ball off the side wall and deep into Baron territory.
And I tell you, I don't know if it's nerves or what, but we're starting to see a little bit more of that dreaded ping pong, where it's basically like, you know, almost tennis, where you're clearing it back and forth, hoping for the opponent to make a mistake, and somebody has to take possession. Hero as Manny, gonna do just that, sets himself up. If he could have just not got so much height on that, that would have been an absolute dot on target.
Good ball off the side by Manny. Won't double it, but Antics takes over, and that is the guy you want on the ball if you're Brewton-Parker. He will only pop the ball up to CG, though. Sign of the follow-up. It's car, not ball. So Brewton-Parker posturing for another attempt on the Illinois State net. Antics might supply it, but CG dodges a bump and gets the ball off the back wall to Sith, who clears the zone, and now it's the Redbirds looking for one more attempt.
Oh, and Manny gonna come down, find that little ground double that we're starting to see. It's starting to become so prevalent. Oh, that was an opportunity, maybe a bit squandered there. Oh, big dunk from Manny, though. No Mansion is awkward. Sith, I thought he post Malone for a second, but it will allow CJ the time to clear it out. Final 10 seconds. Manny gonna get picked pocket by No Mansion. Sino, can he find an opportunity? No, the demo. Antics, excuse me. Last chance. Big Antics. Can he put it in? Oh, it's high. Manny finds a home for it. Big play in 0 seconds.
We're going to game 5. Brewton-Parker with no time left give themselves a game 4 win. Are you kidding me?
And what a series. Again, big shout out to you, Bepic, for bringing me on for this one, man. This was exactly what I needed to get back into the flow of casting, because I mean, this is unreal. It's always a blast when the game that the series that you're casting, you would just genuinely love to watch and not even cast. But, you know, being blessed to cast it on top of that, man, they are putting on a show for us right now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Game 5, Brewton-Parker get another chance to win a series in 5. This will be their 4th of 6 series played in the summer series that have gone the distance, which is absurd. But in Game 4, Sino had a game, 4 blocks on the goal line, and he was the guy who made the poor touch in Game 3 overtime to give Illinois State the win there, and he more than made up for it in Game 4. And Sino is the guy that typically gets the brunt of criticism when you're looking at Brewton-Parker's gameplay, because there are series where he just has a bad time, and it gives the opponent too many chances that where Brewton-Parker can't win it. But he has played so well this series, and when he is on, Brewton-Parker is a top 8 team in CRL.
Yeah, and I tell you, it's funny because I actually wanted to give Sino some credit. I believe it was Game 2. It was Game 2 when Antics had just that crazy game. You know, I can't remember. I know he dropped like 800, 900 points, something like that. Sino actually had less than 100 points until the final 30 seconds, but they were comfortably leading that whole game, and I love it. I love when a player can say, hey, you know what? I don't care if I drop 90 points and we win by 2 goals. You would almost have to force your points and get in the way. So I like that. He can step up when he needs to or allow his team to step up. But as I'm yapping, no mansion, CG, absolute diamond, no mansion right there.
Oh, he just played Manny's position so well. CG waited for Manny, who was last man on the near side, to contest in the corner and just boop, poked the ball around him, gave no mansion a free look at the Brewton-Parker net. Sino, opportunity off kickoff to answer back, and he is stuffed by CG. That is a great challenge.
Sino's still trying to be a nuisance. CG will exhaust every bit of boost. I love that low 50 from Antics. Maybe CG, maybe Antics. I'm not sure who pinched that. That's dangerous, though. Sith will find no mansion upfield. Right back to Sith. Sino, big demo to shut that one down. And no mansion tries to find a clear out to CG, but I don't blame CG for not going there.
That's a beat. Antics gets the ball around 1, and Sino out of the corner was looking terrifying. Still, Antics almost got that through no mansion, but near side defense for ISU is successful, and that incidental back pass actually is very successful. CG incidentally back passes it again, but this time Manny's ready for it. He demos the last man back, and that is a free net for Antics. We're tied up again.
And I said it after Game 1, Bepic. I was asking you, I was like, man, where's all the Manny, you know, physicality, the Manny bullying? And yeah, pretty much since that came out of my mouth, that's all we have seen. He was even diving. There was nobody there, and he was still trying to bump somebody at the end of that goal.
Oh, man, Brewton-Parker looking the part of a top CRL team right now. And I said top in CRL, like top 8 in CRL. I meant East. I didn't mean all of CRL. Just a correction there. Make sure my point is clear. But ISU, a top squad as well, and they have taken their lead right back over the Barons.
And no mansion, great job. I mean, just does it all solo dolo. But anytime you can use the opponent's ceiling right in front of their goal, it makes them so awkward. And a team I see do that a lot. Well, former team is Cloud9, as I say it, Antics gonna just beat everybody there to tie it up. My goodness, now we're back to a shootout here, it seems.
Oh, CG was just... he forced into a moment of hesitation right there, not knowing if Sith was going to get the demo on the advancing, whichever Baron it was, advancing off kickoff right there. And so that moment of hesitation left the near side open, and ISU give up their lead again. 3 minutes and change left. We've already seen 4 goals. No mansion might have just added another, but Sino is right there on the goal line to save it away.
Yeah, big save, Anix. Looking to push, but immediately right back to attacking. Oh, no mansion almost with a cheeky double tap. Manny, the long clear, maybe just gonna buy some time for his team, or maybe set somebody up here, as neither Sith or no mansion can find this. Can CG? No, and no mansion clanged out of the way. Antics finds that low 50. He does that well. I wouldn't be surprised to find that Antics is a bit of a once player.
Oh, Oh, Manny, double down center. No mention has no boost, but still gets the ball away. This is a big chance for Brewton-Parker. Sith is the only player on the Redbirds that has any boost in the tank, and that ends up actually working out. He refuels the midfield line, takes a shot far side. It's off net. The rebound denied by Antics. ISU nearly escaped a dire defensive situation with a goal on the other end, but Brewton-Parker keep us tied up.
Yeah, it has a little bit of Rocket League gods smiling down upon Sino there. He got pushed up just a bit too far, got beat, and luckily the most valuable post was there to bat it away. They almost lost the tie again. They almost went back down, as I don't think Brewton-Parker have led yet here in this game 3, though we are tied up.
Mansion half flipping and giving that ball up to Antics. That leaves CG alone, but no one from Brewton-Parker moved up as quickly as Antics did, so CG stops ball. No, Brewton-Parker have flipped the field. Sino on target. Sino to the back of the net to propel Brewton-Parker out in front.
And I love it. I mean, they're just taking turns, this Brewton-Parker squad. They're taking turns of who is stepping up the biggest in game 1, then game 3, and now it's Sino in game 5. I absolutely love to see that.
And here he goes again. Big win off kickoff. Did he bump No Mansion? I'm not sure. CG had that play covered up before he even got back to the goal line, where No Mansion may or may not have been bumped. So, Illinois State down a goal here. CG upfield trying to cause some havoc. Will give No Mansion a chance on net, but Manning saves the ball away. Can't clear the zone though. CG takes over again, 10 boost in hand, and can't get through Sino on the near side. Illinois State trying to grind away the Brewton-Parker defense, and that double commit could help their efforts, but they still are no closer to scoring than they were 10 seconds ago.
Oh, Manny. Barely keeping that one out. You can tell Illinois State not in full desperation mode yet, but certainly a sense of urgency beginning here, as they don't want to give up an insurance goal. CG forced to stop dead right in front of the goal for that save, so not going to be able to push out into offense. No boost. Sith will take over. Little bit of a pinch, but it's right to Antics, who's coming off the ceiling. The fake from Manny.
Oh, we stopped him.
Chaos, the sacrifice, the goal. My goodness, Brewton-Parker, you said it. I mean, they're making me eat my words here. I said they were going to lose after dropping that game 3. I don't know now.
Antics got the bump on CG, and then his momentum propelled him into sacrificing himself and slowing down Sith enough to secure that goal. Brewton-Parker might have just secured their second Summer Series win in spectacular fashion. 4-2 now. The Redbirds have No Mansion off the ceiling, but a 2-goal deficit to erase in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, and that was probably their last chance there, especially with the Manny demo. And man, he's just gonna make sure that one goes in, as Antics may have missed that off the post, but that should certainly do it. I tell you, they just broke the trend. It was game 1, game 3 went to Illinois State, games 2 and 4 to Brewton-Parker. They stepped up, they said, no more swapping games, we're taking this one in 5.
Well, the Barons are eating good tonight. Redbirds on the menu in game 5. Sino almost added a 6th. It's a good save by CG, but I'm sure Illinois State a bit frustrated with how this series slipped through their hands. They had the 2-1 best-of-5 lead, but Brewton-Parker made the comeback happen. That was a spectacular turnaround after getting blown out 4-1 in game 1. They started demoing, and they did not stop demoing throughout that best-of-5, and they're now 2-4 in Summer Series play.
Yep, and again, anybody who's ever heard me cast, even if you only heard me cast once, you know how big of a fan I am of physicality and just straight bully ball, and it just serves so many purposes. One, it opens up the pitch, it buys some time for your team, or it might make an open net, but on top of that, the constant demos, the bumps, it gets in your head. No matter how high caliber of a player you are, eventually that is going to get in your head, and I have to wonder, how much did that play into that? But very well done, and neither side should hang their head at all with that one. That was a fantastic series.
It was. I'm so glad. Like, I was disappointed at first that we took away the full best of 7 series format for this one, but the quality of that best of 5 plus the overtime was essentially 6 games. So that was a series that more than made up for switching the format on us last second. And I mean, Illinois State, they dropped to 1-3 in summer series now, but man, their quality of play does not fit a 1-3 label. I would not be surprised to see them make a run in, I mean, we're not even in like the second half of round robin play for them with 15 matches. So in the next 75% of round robin, I wouldn't be surprised to see Illinois State improve even more.
Yeah, I have to fully agree with you. And again, it's crazy that, you know, we watch a team like that, so talented, and then they have that record, right? It just goes to show, again, we briefly talked about it before the series, but that's just where the level of competition is. And, you know, that's why I couldn't be more happy that you brought me on tonight. And I always so happy to cast some CRL, because a lot of people I don't think realize just how high level CRL is, especially some of the better teams. And I think that series there just really epitomized that.
It did. It did. That was pure entertainment. And I'm going to put the schedule up one more time, because I know we were talking a lot about summer series, but this is Monday Night Lights, the SEL versus Great Lakes CRL night on MNL. And we started off with Radford being reverse swept in a best of 7 by Davenport. So a 4-3 win for Great Lakes there. Then MSU 4-0ing UNC Charlotte to make it 2-0 Great Lakes, but Brewton-Parker bringing it back in Game 5 and putting one on the board for the SEL. And so all the pressure, all the hopes of the SEL tonight lay on the shoulders of East Tennessee as they take on Rochester Christian in about 15 minutes time. So we're going to take a break. I'm going to play a video from the last SEL versus Great Lakes CRL night we had, where Tennessee and Michigan State put together the most insane game I have ever watched in my my Rocket League casting career. So enjoy that in the meantime, but we will be back in a bit. Please enjoy the break.